Okay, we talked about timing. So, I mean, everybody's asking seems to be asking at the end. So that's about it. Now, I want to ask you about this. Anybody getting any video reviews? Any video reviews? Okay. I'll tell you, Jim Davis out there in Katy, Texas. Jim, old friend of all of ours. A lot of them know him. Chad knows him real well, I'm sure, being in Texas together. But Jim did a really great thing. He had reviews on his website. We had all this stuff too that where we had first time home buyers on there. And then we had what he called move up buyers, which are people that had bought their first home and they had increased in wealth and they were moving to their second one. Then he had buyers that were had bought several homes. And then he had some minority people on there. He had some ladies and he had some, some younger couples. He had some, some Hispanic folks and some Black folks and all that. So a variety of plethora. So when they came to his website and they saw the video reviews, somebody said, oh, there's somebody just like me. There's a first time home buyer just like me. What do they have to say? Or here was an Hispanic person just like me. What did they have to say? Okay. It's a very powerful tool. I mean, it's a very powerful tool. So, do you know why most people don't give you video reviews? The simple thing is, they might say, "Oh, my hair don't look that good today. I didn't wear the right dress." This, that, and the other. But the real thing about it is they don't know what to say. They don't know what to say. You put you on camera. I'm just going to use my cell phone here. We're going to have a little conversation or whatever. But those same three questions I gave you, why did you select our firm over all others? And then, what was your experience with us today? And would you refer us to your friends and family? Those three questions spoken the response in their own words are the most powerful videos there are. And people will say, I just got three little questions. They look at it and say, oh, I can say that. And they're more inclined to do it. But you know what? You have to have the courage to ask for it. So you know what would really help me? I love reviews, but what would really help us even more is I'd love for you to be a superstar on our website. And I'd like for you to just take 1 minute or 2 minutes and answer these three questions, and I'll hold up my cell phone. Think you could do that? Now, if you're talking to an 80-year-old woman, they're not going to do it. But how about some of these Gen Zs? How about some of these millennials? I think they'll do it. I mean, we've gotten people to do it all kind of times. I've done it for other companies. So
And then what do you do with that video? How do you get that to appear in Google?
you don't get it to appear in Google. You get it to appear on your website because
Okay.
we put it on there for you.
Yeah.
And we're going to put it right on the front of your homepage. So that's the thing. So because remember, I call visitors, I call it traffic. Okay, so when I say traffic, that means visitors. So not all traffic comes to your website comes from Google. I mean, from Google My Business Profile, it comes from all over the internet and lands on your website. Okay, because that's what SEO is about. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, then they come and land on your website and they see it. Now they can relate to it. I personally think you should do a video talking about the quality of the inspection or what you offer clients over everybody else in your marketplace. I think you should put that video right on the front of your own website. Okay, so we'll talk about that. But the thing about it is that you could give video reviews, but you just ask. Most home inspectors are afraid to ask. So you ask somebody and they say, I don't really want to do that. Then you know what happens is, does that get you upset? Why heck no, I understand that. That's fine. Just thought you might want to try it. And then you're on to the next thing, right? It's not awkward. Okay. So video reviews are super powerful. I mean, and you won't get a ton of them, but what you do get will be really great. I'll tell you, William Troutman had a ton of them too. He was very good at it. He just put people at ease and say, hey, here's what I'm really thinking about. You could be really helpful. And I just need you to answer these three questions in your own words. They look at it and say, I can do that. So, I mean, it's a super powerful strategy. We got people writing about us, but now when people are, you're hitting on, they can hear it, they can see it, and they can read it. That's the three learning modalities are right there. That is the most powerful review you can get. So I didn't know if anybody was doing it that was on the call or not. Anybody given any kind of incentives, and what do you feel about the appropriateness of them? I mean, I get home inspectors like, oh, we got to give incentives, whatever. I'm not in agreement with that, but I'm a marketer, so what can I say? So, what's your thoughts on it? Is Brandon? Let me get back up here to the top of the screen. I keep pushing the wrong button. I don't know, Brandon. Are you still with us, Brandon? He had to go coach a little league football team with his son. Okay. So let's start off. So now, Chad, you are on the top of my screen. And I always work the top down, so watch out when you come on the call.
I have to come later next time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, come on, Tom. I won't pick on you as bad. So, what about you? You offer incentives, or do you have adamant disagreements about incentives, or whatever about reviews? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, Beth probably knows. Um, but yeah, I'm only time that anybody's taken advantage of an incentive or an offer are people that send me all of their customers anyway.
It's always the way.
So,
So I guess I'm
you know,
thinking
that,
about something a little bit different, Chad. I think I'm really thinking about if you give me for everybody who does offers a review of our services this month, we're going to put your name in a hat for a drawing of X. That's what I really think about. I'm not really thinking about making an offer to clients other than for incentives, for reviews.
okay.
Sorry, I
Okay.
wasn't very clear about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about a home inspection
Mhm.
incentive. I haven't thought about doing that for reviews. That might actually I'll have to kick that around a little bit and see what we can do.
Mhm. I want to preface all of our remarks with if you're a member of some association or whatever, they have these goofy rules, you have to make your own decision as a business owner whether you're going to deal with that or not. If you have state regulations about doing that, like you might in Texas, heed the warning. Okay. The associations, I don't give a rat's fanny whether you do that or don't follow their rules. That's just made up by them. But the state rules are a whole different story. So let's just say the state rules aren't an issue in your area. Then the fact of the matter is encouraging people to do with incentives might be a certain thing. I'll give you an example. One of the gun dealers I deal with, they always have a little drawing for everybody that puts their name in a hat and that gave them a review on a product or whatever. And they offer you 20% off your next whatever purchase, or they're giving away a free, whatever trigger for your AR or whatever they're doing, whatever promotion that you entered. Okay, by giving a review for certain types of products. So I didn't know if you guys thought about incentives and encouraging clients to do it or not. So you hadn't done it.
No,
You're not morally opposed to it.
no, no. Just have to come up with a good idea.
All right. Well, we can help you with good ideas. We're the good ideas people.
Ken, I've
Yeah.
considered Starbucks, Amazon gift cards, $10, $15. Hey, leave a review and I'll send you a gift card. I've never done it, but I certainly thought about that. And some of my local competitors that are just getting 20 to 30 a month and doing the same amount of inspections as me, I'm wondering what are they doing? They have to be incentivizing somehow.
Hmm. They might be, but I will tell you this. You've probably heard this term before, quid pro quo, which means the Latin for this, for that. Okay, and what happens is you as a home inspector are not bound by RESPA laws, the federal laws, RESPA that apply to real estate transactions with real estate. You're not bound by that, but you are bound by it when you do business with real estate agents. So if you didn't do business with real estate agents, you're not bound by RESPA. Okay, but if you do business with real estate agents, then you are bound by the RESPA laws. And it's against the law for quid pro quos. Now, the question is, how is it presented? Okay, did the real estate agent say, oh, wow, Joe's going to give you a gift card if you give him an incentive and this, that, and the other? So it's always kind of a danger with that. So I would encourage you not to make it a quid pro quo. Like, could we have an offering for a discount on whatever? Or could we put people's names in a hat? Okay, or could we do some other type of incentive that really wasn't this for that? I'm concerned about the people that are doing that and the legality of that. Certainly in certain jurisdictions, that's a no-go. So other types of incentives, but if you're not opposed to it, see, old-time home inspectors are like, we ain't paying for no reviews. Well, you're not really paying for reviews. You're incentivizing people to jump on in the pool that would jump in anyway, hopefully. But old-time inspectors, they would get just repugnant, about this whole thing. But I think that some types of incentives, and have you ever done any mystery shopping on your competitors to see what they're doing and what they're offering, Joe?
As opposed to
No,
review.
just get on the phone with, act like you're a customer, try to book a home inspection.
I occasionally will check their websites just to keep track of my pricing, but other than that,
Yeah.
that's a check.
So, if you have a friend or family member that's willing to do it, what you do is you just give them you'd like to tell them the size of the home and age of the home, blah blah blah, what neighborhood it's in, and just ask for a quote and see what they have, and say, well, ask whatever questions you could find out about. Or do they offer incentives for reviews, or whatever, and all kind of things. Do you accept cash, and at a discounted price? How they treat the people, what they say to them. Mystery shopping is a very powerful tool for home inspectors to learn about their competitors. The website's not
Well,
going to tell that whole story.
what I think is very valuable is occasionally I'll stumble upon a competitor's report, and a lot of times I'm very unimpressed. Roof inspections from the ground with binoculars, stuff like that. So really, I'd say my weakest part in my business is just trying to obtain more Google reviews. I want to get my number up higher. I'm currently at 94, and I really feel I just need to be in the triple digits. I'm almost there, and my goal was to be in triple digits by the end of this year. I think I'm going to hit it, but now I'm just wanting to get higher and higher. So,
What your competitors got? Anybody in your market got higher in showing up in a 3-pack
oh,
or wherever?
absolutely. There's a company, and I know the guy well, and he's at 1,000 in 4 years. And he left his partner and he started his own business. And October of 23 till now, so a little under a year, and he's already at over 200. So I don't know. I've asked him before, and he says, "Oh, I just send an email. I just send a follow-up email." And I'm really confident that my customers are happy. I get out of 280 to 300 inspections a year. I average like one complaint a year, which I'm pretty happy with that. And they're typically petty. So I do think they're satisfied customers. They're just not taking that time. But so I do some of my bullet points I wrote down here. I think I can make some headway. And to the gentleman that mentioned sending it 2 days later, I think if you start sending it immediately with your inspection, you may see an uptick, because I did.
I'd say I'd send it immediately and 2 days later. I'd do both, because the
Yeah,
fact of the matter
I
is, I want
created a
to.
separate email that if 2 or 3 days later they haven't, or a week later I see they haven't, I send this, I put together with the help of ChatGPT, I put together this witty little email that's trying to encourage them to leave me a review.
So, when I asked when we're getting reviews, and I said you could kind of get the client to tell you what happens, is the first question is, share with us why you chose our firm over all others in the marketplace. There's one of the most important pieces of feedback you can get as a business owner, because if they can tell you why they chose you over others, you can build on that. Okay, so I think that's another form of feedback that you can get. Not only you get a great review, it tells others, but you as the business owner learns as well. So, so John, how about incentives now? You just like, I know that you're the most conservative, old school dude we got on the call.
I've
So
never thought of it, but I wouldn't be against it. I send handwritten thank you cards out to referral sources, and I always throw a $5 Starbucks card in with that. Just thank you for sending a client our way.
that's the scary one now. That's the quid pro quo. You got to watch that
I
one.
know, but I figure for $5,
The rule says nominal, you're safe.
yeah, I'm not buying anybody for $5 gift card.
I don't know. You know realtors, man. $1.99, you own them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just had I had the first time I had an agent hit 100 referrals, and I went into her. I had you guys do a thing up and put it on the internet, but then I went into her office and I brought her a bottle of wine, and I mean, it was nice, and the people in the office got to see me walking through with a wine thing and so on. So I'm not against incentives. I just never considered doing it for a referral.
Mhm. I'll tell you, just on the point that you're talking about walking through the office, seeing you with a bottle of wine. Kempy and Bill Collins, Miss Kempy, cute as can be. So she would always do the birthday run. and she'd have the helium balloons. Bill and Gimpy had like a helium balloon factory in the barn. You know, they had a big farm over there in Bill's place. They had, and Miss Gimpy would take the something really nice, some fresh baked cookies and those balloons in there, and everybody would see her come by. And you know, she always did inspections with Bill. She had the pink tool bag. I said the only tool she had in there was her lipstick or whatever. You know, she's not really doing the inspections, but Bill would be doing the inspection. She'd be talking to the client, building these relationships. They built their whole business that way. I mean, they had dozens of inspectors. You know, 5 or 6 inspectors after that. I mean, just continue to build so big. But seeing you in office with little goodies, start asking questions. So, let's think about incentives. You know, what is it that you could offer? Nobody that you've done business with wants a free home inspection. However, what happens is you could put your name in for a, 50% off a home inspection for one of their referrals. Okay, then you build the referral again, and that brings me into, of course, and I'm not another conversation is incentives for your prior clients to, as a brand fan, they give you 5 referrals. What have you done for them? Okay, so we'll get in that to another call, but that's a whole different one. So I'm glad to see you're not opposed to it. So it's just really thinking about what's the right incentive. Chad, I think, feels the same way. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe, you feel that way and you're not opposed to it. It's just you need something to think about to do it.
Yeah, look, no, I'm not opposed. I
Okay.
think each Google review has a monetary value to it. So,
Big time.
I'm not opposed to paying. I mean, if I could guarantee $10 is nothing to me. I'll just raise my price $10 and then offer a $10 gift card if I could guarantee they're going to leave a review.